So there's that. And I think our vote was just anything. We want to watch some Adriane Love. What was that day she was arguing? Okay, wait, I think I found it. We'll see. Oh, and I linked to my own video. So sorry, there's going to be two of me on screen. I'm going to hide myself. So this is 25 minutes, and it's about what happened with the Waters Road search.
And just to give the court a little bit of backstory, in addition to what Deputy Hilton discussed this morning, is this call is on March 16th, 2022 at 12:22 a.m. This is when at 2830 Waters Road, APD police officers arrived approximately around 12:08 a.m. after a lot of gunshots, which resulted in 11 defects in the front of that home, which ultimately inside of that home was Defendant Stillwell, Demekion Garlington, whose wiretap we have, Miles Farley, who is not in the current trial, but is charged with the murder of Shamel Drinks, as well as other YSL associates. And the significance is the shell casings from the murder of Mr. Ford and Mr. McMiller were connected with the Waters Road. And so this retaliatory back and forth, that backstory is significant with these calls we're about to play.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, with that said, I'm going to play PDF page 423. And for this one, we're going to play the entire call.
Okay.
And Jason, the DA handled the If Gang case way different. That's why I think it's interesting that at least the former DA didn't even want to bring this case, this YSL case, forward.
Yo, how the hell you at? Where the hell you at? What? Hey, ain't like no little bad cut? Oh no, what the heck? I thought they in the front. Man, they got goddamn. He threw their back. They can't come in the house. Yeah, that was my house. Say this. Wait, shut up, open the door.
And so, Your Honor, them whispering, this is Mr. Boyer, who Garlington is speaking with, his phone number. So officers, when they arrive, they ring the doorbell camera. There's a brief exchange from someone inside, and then they don't respond anymore. And ultimately, Demekion Garlington was in a crawl space. It was raining that night. And so the significance of this is they're speaking amongst each other because they don't initially know, who's at the door. Police respond because of all the shots that were into the home. And so it shows their coordination. And although the phone number itself for 423 is Mr. Boyer's, one of my co-counsels had stated, we believe it's Defendant Stillwell on the call. Okay. But the significance of them speaking while, it's 20 minutes after APD arrives to the house. And it takes some time for them to fully come out of the home. So it's in furtherance of the conspiracy because they're coordinating with one another about where are you? And he says, I'm in the woods. And then I believe Mr. Garlington is underneath the house when he's making this call in the crawl space.
So the context of this call is it's directly after, to my understanding, individuals shot at 2830 Waters Road. That would not be a crime committed by our clients. I don't know what could. I think the context of the call makes it clear that they're trying to avoid interactions with the police. I mean, I'm not going to argue that that's not the context, but I don't know if that's part of a criminal conspiracy. I mean, they were just victimized and they're trying not to talk to the police about it. I don't know if communications on a phone about that would be in furtherance of a conspiracy because there's no underlying criminal act, as far as I know of, that is being furthered.
Your Honor, the conspiracy itself, coordinating with one another in the wake of an act that has been committed in the wake of criminal activity at that house. We believe that the other calls will show that there are guns in the attic that they want to keep concealed from the police. They want to keep themselves secreted and separate from that location. It's one of their trap houses, and them coordinating with one another to evade detection by the police does further the interests of the gang by keeping themselves from being detected and found out and connected to that house by the police. So calling to find out where each other is, because the police did descend upon this house where hundreds of shell casings were found in the yard. And it was one of those central locations that was involved in the wake of the shooting of Mr. Ford, Mr. McMiller, and Mr. Drinks. We believe that this communication does further the conspiracy of the YSL enterprise and the criminal street gang and it's enduring, detection from the police for their criminal activities by apprising each other of where they are in relation to the hot spot or the hot zone.
Okay, and let me ask you so that I am sure what my understanding of it is. Mr. Atkins, you had said shell casings from this scene are connected to the Drinks murder. So this wasn't just like a shoot up. This was a shoot back and forth.
So, Your Honor, the shell casings from Waters Road connected with the murder on March 11th of Mr. McMillan and Mr. Ford, who were.
Okay, I misunderstood you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's the state's belief that the rival gang was responsible for both.
No,
of
I
them.
understand. I just
Yes, Your
had written down the wrong set of murders.
And Your Honor, I left out one, I think, relevant fact. The police actually did come in contact with these individuals eventually, and they released them without charging them with anything.
Is that before, did they search the house at that
Yes.
point?
Yeah, well, they see a gentleman in the house laying down, and then they try to speak accurately about how this happened. They went into the house. That's right. They went in the house upon seeing someone on the ground and detained all the individuals and then let them go without filing any charges.
They didn't search the house that day. They went in and detained, and Mr. Stillwell was later found to have been wearing at the house the same clothes.
Okay.
But no, they didn't search the house at that time. They didn't have a search warrant for it.
I'd never said anything about them searching the house or not searching the
But
house.
that's what I asked.
They went in the house and detained people and then released them without charging them because
And without searching the house.
and without searching the house. They later searched the house.
Okay.
2 days later.
And I don't believe anyone is charged, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe anyone in this indictment is charged with anything that was found in the house.
They didn't find anything because they took it out before the police searched the house.
So
I can
Wow.
hear what you're saying. Pull the
Wow. She's pissed.
mic. Oh, great. We've got a second mic. Good deal.
They found some stuff, but we believe that the things that they referenced in the call.
Hold on. She just said two different things.
There was a number of things that were in the house that we know were in the house prior to them searching the house that were not in the house when they searched the house.
All right.
Hold on.
But before the police searched the house.
and is charged with anything that was found in the house.
They didn't find anything because they took it out before the police searched the house.
So
They can't hear what you're saying. Pull the mic. Oh, great. We've got a second mic. Good deal.
They found some stuff, but we believe that the things that they referenced in the calls
Okay.
were removed from the house. There was a number of things that were in the house that we know were in the house prior to them searching the house that were not in the house when they searched the house.
All right. Well, based on, and we're going to hear that soon enough.
Yes.
Based on what's about to come up, I'm going to admit that under the co-conspirator exception, since there's apparently some evidence that they were concerned about some criminal activity or contraband or something in the house.
Yes, and I think that the next call might shed
All
more
right.
light on it.
So, Your Honor, the next call we're turning to is 472. So the call we just played was at 12:22 a.m. This is at 4:33 a.m. again on March 16th.
Good, nigga.
Hello?
You good?
Yeah. What is it?
What the hell you mean, nigga?
I ain't even say, I ain't saving no number.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Where the hell you at? You gone?
Yeah. I'm about to drop my house off.
Tell my boy, it's all love, boy. I can't wait, boy. I gotta go home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just ran in the store real quick.
Yeah, so it was all love. I ain't waiting, boy. I gotta go, boy. That shit just shook the fuck out of me.
Man, wet, man. When I seen it, when I see it,
Man, what? Man, that whole just, man. Boy, listen, boy. I just said to myself, boy, man, let me out that car. Boy, I'm gonna go in, boy. And I ain't coming back outside, boy. I don't care if I have no run or nothing, boy. Them motherfuckers ain't moving.
hey, what? I was saying the same shit, what? I'm out everything. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like,
What's so crazy, bro? I was just being cheap. I said, being cheap. My whole keep saying, let's get a run out of him. I'm not gonna pay no run. Man, listen, boy. I just said, damn, boy. They can send a nigga right screen with their money like that. My nigga gonna spend this shit on him in the room, man.
man, what? I'm trying
Fuck
to,
up.
hey, that's on DB. I'm like, no, but I got to get my last 2,000. I got to get lawyered in. I'm like, man, well, I'm in that beat like, you know, man, hey,
But you wouldn't believe, boy. All the sticks and the guns was in the gray car. For real? Man, God, boy. And the sticks and shit in the attic.
Ooh, shit. That was God, boy.
Well, what?
Your Honor, I'll continue playing, but when they're saying that the sticks are up in the attic, it's the state's theory that they're talking about the Waters Roadhouse.
You're talking about what?
When we were just discussing what's inside of the home or not inside the home, it's the states that line about there's sticks up in the attic. Sticks is short term for AK-47s or longer handguns. Rifles, that they're talking about the guns in the attic of the Waters Road home that all these police swarmed after the gunshots. I'm going to continue playing. And also to orient the court, Your Honor, this phone number, which ends in 1103, the state attributes to Mr. Sharp's client. So it's Garlington and him speaking.
That was God. Yeah. Oh, Lord, yeah, get up out of there, bro. Baby. What they went? Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, nah, man. You know how far I go.
Oh, yeah. Hope got down. Blow it up.
She what?
She blowed it up, boy.
Hey, man, she blowed my shit up.
You say Shannon okay, man? Hold on, let me look.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. You walk past me first thing, I'm like, well, I know for a fact, you know.
Well, what? You know who she was coming to then?
She say all this same shit though. She like, so you, cause she like, who have to? I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm telling you my first time here. She was like,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, listen, bro. I'm thinking. Get what I kept saying. I said, boy, I know DML. I'm smart. I know they told them both. Got her. It took her to the front. I said, I know they hit that back cut.
I let me believe. I'm trying to find out. I'm back cut. That's why I called you.
Man, you talking about? Well, I would have made one straight through the motherfucking bush back there. Boy, I'm telling you, I would have went trucking back there.
Well, guess what? We only got caught. This time I mean, once they legs showing, he think somebody in the house dead, bro.
Man, they tell me like, so you telling me nobody in the house? I'm like, hell, man, I ain't listen, man. I just pulled up. I said, I said 3 minutes. Top, the motherfucker go popping. So shit.
I said the same shit.
Oh God, well, I said 3 minutes. Popping, them motherfucker went to popping. So shit. I went to got down jugging and running. They told me, so why you ain't so why you ain't got down? I thought it comes to also. I said to my so why you ain't got down come out when we said Atlanta police? I'm like, shit, I don't trust Atlanta police. I'm thinking these folks, these folks trying to get her to come out. So shit, I stayed in.
Yeah.
Oh God, they're like, yeah. I'm like, look, bro, y'all question me like I'm a suspect. I'm a bit. They're like, yeah, you right. They're like, but let's do what we gotta do. We're gonna get back with you. If everything come out clean, then we'll let y'all go. Like, say less. I'm in the car sleep. I can't wait. When they tell me that, I kick back. Don't got down, go at.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You know that? They can't get the video from Nick on camera.
Hell no.
Yeah, okay.
But you wouldn't believe, boy. I'm in the mother like, boy, I know they can't come in here. We good, Brett. I'm telling bro, like, we good, but they probably.
You told me I was in the woods. You told me I was in the woods.
I was up on the house, man. You see how dirty I am?
Oh, we heard them get there. They like, hey, move. You like, hey, I done that. I go out the back door. No, I go out the back door, right? So I'm gonna go toward the car and hop in the car, just sit in the car the whole time. That's what they hit though. And I go to the other side, gonna try to hop the fence. They like, hey.
I'm telling you what you gonna do. Go get that cut, boy.
I know it. Everybody what a cut was. They said, I ain't know.
Man, listen, man. You probably made your cut. Yeah, like you ain't from the hood, boy. You know how this shit go. I would have went back there and made me a cut, boy. I would have been trucking through the motherfucker. That's why I got that shoes so dirty, my pants dirty, and my shoes dirty.
Real. They say, so this is about Matt, man? I say, man, I don't know.
Man, listen, man. They asked me, do I know Matt? I said, I don't know no motherfucking Matt, man. Who are that?
Yeah.
I said, man, I'm not even from over here, bro. I'm from Somerville area, bro.
Yeah.
So what you doing over here? Man, I can't see a friend, man. I'm trying to talk about that game, man.
What you talking about? Damn, man. That whole blowing me up. That whole thing, nigga Sheen, all type of shit. That nigga was so cool though. He got damn called back. I need to put a lock on my phone and take my like how my messages pop out.
This shit crazy, bro. I'm finna go in, boy. I'm finna get out the driver's seat, let her drive, tell her drive slow as possible. I got down, my stupid ass went in the car, got my stick out the car and my infant out the car. Watch where right there. Got in the car, pulled up. They're really why I ain't want to wait on mine.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna take now. Yeah, man. Both blowing up air. She called too.
Sure. How she get some? How she get though?
I don't know. 'Cause, you know, Siri got my Instagram on her phone.
Oh,
She about to DM me like, "Is you okay?" So goddamn, yeah, blowing up. So my Kira's already on the phone. I get Kira and her number to
oh,
yeah, Pope. I was on the phone. I'm like, damn, man. But I say, I'm like, yeah, bro.
Bro, listen, bro. I kept telling myself, I don't know what the fuck. I'm on drill time though, so I'm really like, I ain't going nowhere. But I'm telling myself, pull out, baby, pull out.
You didn't hear me say, what? I let go.
Man, listen, you said let go, Miles said let go, Brad said let go, but I'm on drill time, so I'm just like, man, fuck that, boy.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. This time they served, he was just telling me like, he was like, he's somebody follow D or your girl or it's that whole Elmo, cause they serve Elmo. I was like, man, Elmo fuck with them folks.
Yeah.
Elmo.
Ain't nobody following me. Nobody on the freeway when I got off the night.
Man, listen, man. Don't nobody know my hoe. Come my hoe in a run, man. Fresh run, a new run. Them motherfuckers just got any run. And my hoe coming from goddamn, all the way from goddamn out here. So come on, man. Stop playing.
Yeah, man. I know for a fact nobody follow me. Y'all need to know what I mean. Don't nobody know I fuck with your hoe.
Don't nobody know what I'm in, though. I'm telling, like, these folks ain't knowing these cars. Though, I'm telling him, like, bro, these folks ain't knowing none of these cars, bro. All these cars is some new goddamn cars. Niggas ain't played.
Yeah. Damn, I hear them boys do it. Damn.
They're crazy, bro. Don't nobody know. Them folks don't be knowing where that spot at, man.
Yeah.
Somebody get head drop at, bro.
But on God, boy, I know what I believe. On TV, that's what I believe, boy.
Somebody here, get it. Hey, boy, I ain't gonna lie, but I know you happy like I'm happy, but I'm happy as hell, boy. I just was saying to myself. Get what I just was saying to myself. I just was saying to myself, boy. Man, all these niggas might get out to man deep, boy.
Oh, man, on God.
I'm like the him, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
That's the end of that
pretty
call, Your Honor.
not
state feels
great.
this really has two methods of admissibility. The state feels that Garlington and defendant Stillwell speaking about, for one, when they say sticks and FNs, those are firearms. They're mentioning about a female they know and they say that she's dating or sleeping with the ops. They're also mentioning how APD, this is 2022, was the APD gang units was following the YSL and YFN or if gang back and forth. And so they kind of, in APD gang unit, when they were talking about, they're like, I don't know, McMahon, they're laughing. They're kind of saying, I just got to the house. APD is thinking like before the investigation is complete, because the shooting just happened, that it was probably YFN who just shot up this Waters Road, which is a known YSL spot, because they believe that they murdered their friends 5 days ago. And so with that said, all of their conversation, they're talking about getting away. You should have run this way through the woods. And when he says, I'm on drill time, because they were just shot at by the state's theory of rivals, if you're on drill time, you're trying to go either shoot somebody or murder somebody in retaliation. And so that's why he says, I was so mad I was on drill time, but the police came because they were just shot at. So they all hid under that at that house. With all that said, you have statement of party opponent against defendant Stillwell, but the state feels that they're keeping abreast of the conspiracy, talking about how they evaded police detection, at least for some time. When they're talking about, I think they used the term Miss V, they're talking about Detective Viverito, who also used to be a probation officer and is very familiar with the individuals at that home. And so what happened in terms of the search warrant, Your Honor, is the search warrant was executed March 17th. This was March 16th.
Anyone know more on
Any questions
Viverito?
from the court? That's why the state feels this is admissible.
Oh my God, chat. Past Cat is asking, this is before we knew Viverito. This is present day Viverito overlay on the screen that I just put up there. What a moment in time. Look at me asking, who's Viverito?
Is the search warrant was executed March 17th. This was March 16th.
Anyone know more on
Any questions
Viverito?
from the court? That's why the state feels this is admissible.
So I'm going off of
Oh, this is like a time capsule, you guys. So the reason we're watching it with me on the screen is because the clip that I had in my notes, it was I clipped the segment and linked to that clip. So I don't know exactly where this would be on Law and Crime to watch without me on the screen twice. So sorry about that, but that is a golden moment. Yeah, Aaron says, anyone know more on Viverito? God, I wish I don't. I think it was right around this time I went and looked her up, and that's when I found the Daubert hearings, the 2 Daubert hearings with Viverito, and pulled those transcripts, and I was like, "What is going on with this lady?" And I didn't really read the full thing quite yet until we started to get to I remember we had Detective Flores on the stand, and then we had Viverito start to testify, and I think I was like, "Okay, wait, let me go back and read that." And lo and behold, she has become a fixture. Even yesterday, there's a viral story coming out of Rochester, New York, because there's a mountain lion on the loose. And this guy, Curtis Jones, like a Rochester resident, is on a video and he's like, and I heard it roar. And he's like imitating how he was outside and he's holding a little kid's aluminum baseball bat. He's like, I looked it in the eyes. And he's like, I don't play that. I don't deal with lions. I don't deal with tigers. I don't even do roller coasters. So his video about seeing the lion is going viral. But the headline for it was like, I just seen something in the bushes. And when I saw that, obviously, you guys know the first thing I thought of was Viverito and her own statement about how she does work in the field, hiding in the bushes on Cleveland Avenue, observing the citizens in their natural habitat. Her words, her verbiage. So, oh, and Jenny says, after Jim's deep dive in what you need to do to be an expert, just get 70% on a test, 35 of 50 questions. None of them could be experts. Yep, and they all text and examine themselves. I want to give a huge shout out. And Idiot Win said that she, can't be in the chat too much. She's just one of our listening. She's in the bushes lurking. Pick Viverito out of there. Huge, very generously gifted, 20 gifted subs. So coincidentally, a lot of the channel emojis are still from the YSL trial. It's a good opportunity to use those since we're doing a little rewind. But huge thank you to Idiot Wind. Huge supporter over here. Recently saw, I think it was either Zachariah Anderson or maybe Richard Allen. I saw you over in one of the fundraising streams for one of those 2 trials, because again, transcripts are extremely expensive, you guys. And she was having some trouble. She's over in the UK. UK doesn't play friendly with some of the ways that us Americans fundraise. So we had to troubleshoot that, but she was determined to help, and that was awesome. We're gonna get through this. I did want to show you guys. I honestly can't believe it. I looked back through my wall of clips and there's a million. I have Love Argues Forever. Judge finally says no. Love's Theory Wrecked. This video is not from January 26th. Love's major screw up about the Alford plea. What else do we have with Love? Rebuke them too when she gets mad. Remember when Love got rebuked and she, like 5 minutes later, was like, can you rebuke the defense attorneys? Love loses on the email argument. We've got, do you really want to call another attorney to the stand? Everybody's annoyed with Love. Like, there's just so many clips that are centered on Love that if you guys want, maybe we can do a Love-A-Palooza. We can get together tomorrow and watch some of these. And a lot of them are short. They're like anywhere between 5 and 30 minutes. So this must have been the blue shell incident. Do you guys remember that? We had to strike an entire witness testimony because it was relating to a shooting that wasn't part of the indictment. And it was really the blue flame, but I kept calling it blue shell or something. I think that's what it was. I don't know. So that's why we have these clips of me, just because that was the easiest way for me to find them. Which is crazy. And for context, you guys, the Waters Road incident that we're listening to, this was in relation to the Chamel Drink shooting. Remember, the state's theory of this case was the Chamel Drinks murder, which ends up taking place 2 days later after these recordings that we're hearing. It was supposed to be part of a back and forth between YSL and YFN Associates. And before the Waters Road shooting that we're hearing about, hearing these phone calls from and having these search warrant issues, we have a day, I think 2 days before that, maybe 1 day before that, we have that infamous riddled with bullets incident where Hilton's press, and then it's like, well, how many bullets? 1. Well, that incident was in relation to the shooting of Darius Ford and Christian McMiller. I'm unsure of their first names, but Ford and McMiller. And they think that this was, the Ford McMiller shooting, then this Waters Road shooting, and then Shamel drinks because he was seen in pictures with the ops that Shannon Stillwell and Demikian Garlington and Miles Farley and was it Nichols? I think that was the 4. They were in these 2 cars. They saw Shamel drinks and they said, let's get him in retribution. So that's how all of this stuff ties into the YSL trial. Again, according to Viverito. This is Viverito's investigation. So that's the background. Yeah, hiding in the bushes on Cleveland was crazy. Yeah, you could never tell me that, though. If I didn't read those in the Daubert transcript, transcribed from Viverito's own words, you could not have, if I just heard someone else say she said that, I would have thought it was hyperbolic and exaggerated. Yeah. Just crazy. Just crazy. Oh my goodness. Guy Vermectin, good to see you. So if you're live with us, Guy Vermectin, we went a little off the rails of our initial story of wrongful convictions. But we're still keeping it in line with stupid prosecutions. Good to see you. And Creatively Gariel, good to see you. So we'll continue this, and guys, if you want, if nobody's really doing YouTube stuff tomorrow, like when Jim's been doing streams, I've been trying to make sure, head over there, get his watch time up. Because he's doing coverage, he's doing all this pro bono work. It'd be cool if he could finally get monetized on YouTube. I think he's approaching the threshold for it. You need 3,000 watch hours. But if he's going to be live, I will not go live tomorrow. If somebody else is doing something, I'll probably try to go over there. But if it's a slow day and you guys want to get together and watch some more Love YSL clips, we can do a little reunion.
My understanding of the events, and I'm sure Mr. Atkins will correct me if he disagrees. I don't believe what was said earlier by another person on stateside was completely accurate. The police entered the house. They secured the location. They searched the house. I believe, and Mr. Atkins, correct me if I'm wrong, but my recollection is they did find firearms and they found ammunition. The reason I bring that.
Ooh, chat. This is great to watch as a rewind. So this is relating back to Love at the beginning of the same clip that we're watching. She's like, they took the stuff out of the house before they got it. And we did see later in the trial, they made this argument that because you could see through the door, there were like televisions on the wall. And later, a few days later, they only had the cables remaining. Sure, that looks like a change between then and now, but you can't say it wasn't the person who owned the property. It wasn't one of the people that lived there rather than the people you actually have on trial. But Shart's correct here. Remember, we had like the bucket that they found in the attic with some shell casings, and I think there was like a little baggie of weed just sitting with all of it. And then they said that they recovered one of the firearms that they tried to tie to Stillwell. They recovered it from the shelf of a closet while doing this initial walkthrough. And Love, just if you took Love at face value, you would think they went back 3 days later and got that. So let's hear Shart argue with the steam coming off his bald head.
That up is because none of the firearms located at the house had anything to do with any crime scenes on this case. So when we're, the state's saying that that's my client, it's clear the context. There's statements, I think retrospective statements about guns. My client, to admit against my client, I concede would not have to be a statement by a co-conspirator. I believe that my argument regarding Mr. Stillwell's statements are a 403. He's talking about guns. He's talking about a lot of guns. All that is bad character, it's prejudicial to us. And I don't believe that any of these firearms that are found in the house, I know none of the firearms that are found in the house have anything to do with any of the charged crimes in this indictment. So that's my argument on behalf of Mr. Stillwell, who doesn't really have a co-conspirator argument.
I think it's more an admission of a party opponent, but it is all retrospective, I believe. And therefore, insofar as it may be a co-conspirator's statement, it is akin to the classic spilling the beans. Man, this is what we did. They came in there. I was running out to the woods. That's all saying what happened. And what happened is the classic spilling the beans. So I don't believe that it would be admissible as a 801D2E statement, would be my position. Be admissible against others, but not as to the conspiracy.
Potentially admissible against others, I think is what you meant to say.
Your Honor, the classic argument always in furtherance of the conspiracy is always, defense counsel who's trying to keep out a statement is going to orient to spill the beans, and the state's going to argue it's in furtherance. And that is the crux of the matter always. The state, and this is in the state's filed response to Mr. Shart's motion for reconsideration on what Demekion Garlington told or Kenneth Copeland when we filed that a couple weeks ago. But the seminal case is Kemp v. State, which is 303 Georgia. I'm using my motion for quick hand to find the site, but 303 Georgia 385, which is 2018. Another important case is Chavers v. State, which is 304 Georgia 88. Oh, my apologies, Madam Court Reporter. Yes, Chavers v. State 304 Georgia 887, which is a 2019 case that also cites Kemp. And a key part here, when you have, take aside the RICO count one, when you have a criminal street gang, the statements that keep other co-conspirators of the larger criminal street gang, not necessarily the individual murder or crime, keeping them abreast of even past activities, that, and also statements that foster cohesion, because when you listen to this call, right after they've been shot at, right after the police that they were not clearly, trying to evade were there, they are speaking about all of those events in kind of a cohesive unit, right? They shot at us. The police were trying to get us, and they're talking about what happened. So the case law within Kemp, Shavers, all of that is why in gang cases, the criminal street gang, and also the count one conspiracy, which kind of become part and parcel of the same in this case, because it's the YSL enterprise, as the state alleged, those statements, even of past activities, do serve a purpose because they keep cohesiveness. It keeps in us versus them, and keeping each other abreast of the criminal enterprise's activities, whether the person speaking or receiving that information individually participated in it. The criminal street gang's activities is something that the case law allows as 801D2E, as in furtherance. So I just wanted to highlight that for the court, because the state's argument is going to all, when appropriate in this circumstance, the state feels it is, it's going to be under the prognosy, so to speak, of Kemp, Shavers, and I believe Hassan v. State, which is a March 19, 2024 Supreme Court of Georgia, also discusses this, but I wanted to confirm that, but that's a much more recent decision before citing it to the court. But that's the state's response, Your Honor, in terms of why it's in furtherance.
Can I please respond to that? We're talking about, the state starts by saying, oh, the defense always says it's not it's retrospective. Well, the state always says, they throw out these buzzwords, cohesiveness, kept them apprised of the events. So the buzzwords from the state are the same they're accusing the defense of using, but it's the same buzzwords. It's the same thing every single time. And there are just as many cases out there that say retrospective prior conversations are not part of the co-conspirators exception to the hearsay rule. Stafford versus the state, 312 Georgia 811. State versus Lane, 308 Georgia 10. State versus Wilkins, 302 Georgia 156. There are cases after cases after cases that specifically say a retrospective statement that merely recounts what happened. And that's the whole tenor of this conversation, is not in furtherance of the conspiracy. So, buzzwords go both ways, baby. And I'm just as tired of
Oh my gosh, chat. Chat. Hold on, we gotta do that again. We gotta run it back.
whole tenor of this conversation is not in furtherance of the conspiracy. So, buzzwords go both ways, baby. And I'm just as tired of hearing the cohesiveness and keeping
Look at
people
Nichols.
apprised. So, there are two ways that this goes.
All right. Thank you, counsel. I'm going to admit this as a statement by a party.
Hold on. Okay. Let me move this banner down. Let me put myself back up here. Look at Nichols mute the mic for Bruce after this. Look at him reach his arm forward.
Thank you, counsel. I'm going to admit this as a statement by a party opponent as to Stillwell and admit it additionally under the co-conspirator exception.
Okay, so there was that clip. Yeah, this was evidentiary without the jury present. I think another good one we could do today. Where was the banana one? I saw the banana thing mentioned. Oh no, this is 37 minutes. Never mind. We'll do that tomorrow. Let's get across. Let's get a nice short little love clip in here. The scene, city or scene. Let's see. Okay, let's do the snitching meme. Let's do this one.
On your friends. So, Your Honor, the reason that this meme, we would argue, is relevant. You're about to get 20 years for a crime your best friend did last night. Do you snitch or take the beef? You tell the punk ass police to do their fucking job. So Mr. Sledge, in his interview, he essentially said as much. On his video that the court heard a moment ago, he intimated as much. But what he's doing in this particular posting is making a public proclamation displaying their belief towards snitching. You have not only Mr. Sledge making that lie to their mama and lie to their sister, get into court and tell the guys on his truth. You have Mr. Williams, who posted a similar video with Mr. Sledge apparently in the background, mumbling, saying, sort of signing on to whatever it was that Mr. Williams was saying at the time. We would argue this right here is more of that, this is who we are. We don't snitch. You let the police do what they're supposed to do, but you don't tell on your friends. And under the circumstances,
that's really not what this meme says, though. The psychological pull of this meme is, would you pin something on someone that they didn't do, or would you snitch on somebody if it meant you could save yourself or end up facing 20 years? Let's pull this meme back up on the screen here. You're about to get 20 years for a crime your best friend did last night. Do you snitch or take the beef? And this is supposed to be something that gets engagement on social media and gets people to say hell no, I'm not taking the fall for them 20 years. Maybe if it was 2 days, right? Responses like that. And then she's over here saying you just lie. You just lie. I think the point of this meme is to say, no, you're not going to lie on behalf of your friend, because why would you do 20 whole years? I think we were here. We'll see. She has the whole meme backwards.
Don't snitch. You let the police do what they're supposed to do, but you don't tell on your friends. And under the circumstances of this trial, especially
which of these
considering
people
some
went
of the
to
testimony
jail
the jury
for
has
their
heard,
friends?
we believe that this particular type of posting, public posting, is very relevant. to explain some of what the jury has seen.
Okay.
Two things, Your Honor.
Yes.
First, the state has said they have a video of Mr. Williams saying things about snitching and Mr. Sledge saying things about snitching. So this is cumulative. Also, you know, the state keeps saying they feel this, they're saying this. Mr. Sledge
Mm-hmm.
owns and operates presumably his own Instagram account. At no point does he make any reference to anyone involved in this case. At no point is he saying he's speaking for YSL. At no point is he hashtagging YSL or at YSL, anything. He's making a comment as an individual on his individual page. And he's really sharing a meme, but I don't know why that's relevant. And it's certainly cumulative when the state just said they have other people. They have him actually giving a statement, and they have Mr. Williams giving a statement that's already in evidence.
All right.
This particular assertion, it doesn't just say no snitching. It says you're about to get 20 years for a crime your best friend did last night. So the fact that Mr. Williams has made an assertion that is very similar in nature to the one that Mr. Sledge has made, and then the fact that this particular posting references not just telling on someone, but you're about to take the heat for something your friends did. It's displaying yet another message to the public about YSL and we would argue, their willingness to stick together and stand on, their loyalty towards one another. The argument, I don't know that it's so much necessary to say that it's, it would be our argument that he is asserting the sensibility, the.
You know what? So, Aaron, you've got me thinking here. Future contemporaneous cat is back. Aaron says, I mean, if we want to be real about it, Shannon and Yak are the only people at this point who sat in jail for their friends' crimes. And I wouldn't characterize Mungtung's conviction as doing time for your friend because Zachary and Garlington did time for it too. Now, you have me thinking here. How does this meme relate to an indictment when 26 individuals are indicted that are all supposed to be friends and associates hanging out at the Webb house and doing all these things, hooting and hollering together? How does this meme fit this context at all with this huge indictment? Like, just crazy. Yeah, and Amber Dawn says she's got to be embarrassed, all the stuff she said with a straight face. I don't think she is. I think she's fine with it. And same, Jenny. So again, I don't know if you're here in the beginning of the stream, but we did talk about, Atkins just prosecuted a case without love, got the conviction. I didn't see the first days 1 and 2 of the trial, and I have very strong criticisms of some of the closing arguments that I did catch. But still, there wasn't an Adriane Love present, and I just imagine that that's probably much smoother sailing for any trial in Fulton County. And then Hilton's very clear with her facial expressions sometimes when Love is going off the rails. So let's see. We got like another couple minutes here of Love trying to get this meme in.
Way that YSL operates, that's what we would be doing. It's proof, we would argue it's our evidence of the way that YSL sort of.
All right, I'm going
promotes
to
itself.
sustain that objection on 403 grounds. What's next?
She just wanted to end the word salad. Oh man. All that. Look at her face. Look at Paige's face. Oh my God. She's over it. Oh. All right. Do we have another short one? What do we got here? We can go and look at. That was the meme denied. Oh, hold on. Is this okay, we're going to do a little Mike and Quez. This was the day, I think. Let's see.
Let's talk about
the stolen IDs in the rental car and the laptop in the apartment on
Deshaun.
June 10th, 2015, okay? And that's the day that the federal agents kicked into
Yeah.
Sean's door and locked you up. And that's also the same day that you made up the story and lied and said Demekion Garlington told you that Shannon and others were responsible for killing Donovan Thomas, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you play DS23I for me, Mr. Kokomo? And that's States Exhibit 378 Yankee Echo from June 10th, 2015, from 11:25:01 to 11:26:20.
Like I said, you didn't say that. You said, I tell you, did that shit. Yeah. Okay. So you want to know now?
Tyrone Dennis.
Pause.
Can you play it again?
Yes, we can.
Like I said, you didn't say that. You said, I tell you, did that shit. Yeah. Okay. So you want to know now? You need to answer it. Lil Mike. Lil Mike Quez.
In that clip, you're being asked about how those stolen items ended up in your apartment and your rental car, correct?
Yes.
And you're telling the investigators that you didn't do those auto breakings that resulted in those items being stolen, correct?
Right.
You're saying it was Little Mike and Quez from Etheridge?
Yes. You ain't never heard of them? You ain't never heard of them? They whack them. Whatever they try to look out there. I'm pretty wait. You put out the other day about 5 o'clock with y'all.
There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers out there.
How am I gonna know it's them?
You.
Well,
Why you got it though?
I don't know. Why I got it?
Yeah.
Kind of jewels out for them. What that mean? Make me some money out for them.
What, sell somebody out there?
Nah, just like, I mean, it's just like,
What's the fuck is
make money out for them.
How?
How
What's the
did you
jewel?
get it? How did you get it? Shit, then I got it. When they bought the cup, Tay bought the cup at them. Wait a minute, you let Tay borrow the Jeep. Yeah.
Lizzie, bro.
No. You know what I'm talking about. You talking about Trevante. Yeah, you let Trevante use the car. Yeah, he's supposed to kill him. You know what I'm saying? But when they pull that car, I let him up.
Okay. There you're saying that you gave the car to Devante, who gave it to Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you would agree that detectives Gaither and Dennis are telling you we've never even heard of Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Copeland, Lil Mike is not a real person, is he?
No.
That was the finesse. You invented a person out of thin air, correct?
Yes.
Quez is not a real person. You invented him out of thin air on the spot, correct?
Yes.
You invented those people to take the heat off of you and put it on fictional characters.
I done told y'all this is what I do.
That's your finesse, right? The reality is
Look at love.
that stolen
No.
merchandise was found in your apartment and in your rental car, and you invented fictional characters to take the heat off yourself, right? I know you're going to say, I told you that's what I do,
I guess.
but I got to ask the questions. You understand?
Yes.
Okay.
This was crazy. This is crazy. And I think like the fact that the detectives were asking in the moment, and saying that they didn't believe him. They didn't know who these people were. But yet we still made it all the way here because of what they wanted to consider truthful from his interviews. It's just ridiculous. It's never going to get any more logical. It's never going to seem sensible. Oh yeah, that was good too. And he said he didn't break into the car. It was open. The truck that was outside, TIG. Oh my God, the chat was dying. I think we did an exercise that day. I think we did all right, make up an excuse that you have to blame on Lil Mike and Quez, and people were like, "I'm sorry, I was late for work. I had to help my friend change my friend Lil Mike change their tires." Like everybody was just coming up with fake excuses to blame Lil Mike and Quez for things. Guys, what memories. And at the beginning of this video, super cute. Let me look at Steph. It was the day that Steph JK became a mod. Just little memories here preserved on the screen. And I see, do we have another short one? Where is this long gallery? Yeah, we can get together and do a dedicated stream with some of these longer clips. The Bruce nested hearsay would be good. He had like a blood vessel about to burst about that. Maybe that everybody's annoyed with Miss Love. Let's do this one. This is 13. Oh, wait, no, let's do this one too first.
Generally speaking,
Yes.
they would come to you and would they offer you information?
Yes, ma'am.
Other than Quindarius Zachary, were you familiar with any other persons that, through your investigation in this case, that you came in contact with?
Yes, ma'am.
Who were you familiar with during your time as a school resource officer?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to object under 404A.
What's your response?
Let me look at my book and see what 404A is. They're looking at the book. They're looking Character at the book
evidence,
to see what it is. It's propensity. Oh my gosh, this is other acts, prior bad acts. So you're asking who did you have an eye on back in school days? You're asking
Your Honor,
information
I'm not certain what
what other
exactly
bad behavior
the-
did they have?
Maybe tailor your question.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know what 404A is. Oh my gosh. They were
What
really
are the
about to look in the book.
persons-
Hold on. For anybody not watching the screen, I think it's worth saying out loud that this is one of those direct testimony moments where Love is walking around with the microphone in hand.
Did you know during your time as a school resource officer that you also interacted with or taught or gained knowledge about during this case?
Same objection, Your Honor.
Do you understand the objection? Can you tailor your?
No, she doesn't understand.
Did you
the
know
objection.
any other Trontavia Stevens? Did you know Trontavia Stevens?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What age did you learn about or did you meet Trontavia Stevens?
At age 11.
Was he a student as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he a student at Crawford Long Middle School?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know Shannon Stillwell as a young person?
No, I did not know Shannon Stillwell.
Did you know Diamante Kendricks?
I knew of him. I never had any interaction with him.
Did you know of him as a young child?
Yes, I think as he was getting to high school, yes.
What about Quentin Porter? Did you know of him?
Yes, ma'am.
And was he a young child or was he an older person when you got to know him or knew of him?
I believe I met him when he was in 7th or 8th grade.
Okay. Of the people that you've named so far that you met, did you interact with them in the same way that you did with Quindarius Zachary, or did they not talk with you as much?
They talked with me, but that was about it. They talked, but they never.
Okay. All right. What year was it that you were promoted to a homicide detective?
2004.
And during your
So that was good. That was the do you understand the objection? Oh my goodness. And where was that other one? I shouldn't have went into the clip that way because now I lost my place. Okay, let's look at maybe this one because Paige is yelling. I just happened to see this, but she looks like somebody's about to get yelled at. So we'll do this one. Oh gosh.
Your Honor, and I'm sorry, this has been a long trial, so I don't know the date. But when Investigator Viverito, when we had the Daubert hearing related to her coming in as an expert, we, the defense, have repeatedly requested the training materials and other materials that she generated for use. We need those in our cross-examination of her. At the time of the Daubert hearing, we were not provided with that. Mr. Harvey said, she testified that she develops a training course, and that in that course she trains other law enforcement on gang investigation. And so we wanted the materials from that course because we believe that we need those in our cross-examination of her. You know, and of course I come from a civil background where I'm used to getting all kinds of information with regard to experts testifying, and we haven't received an expert report from her, which
this one doesn't exist.
That's true.
One doesn't exist. One does not have training created.
True, and I'm not disagreeing with the court, but certainly training materials that she uses does exist. We've asked for it. We've not been provided with it.
When's the last time y'all brought that up to the state that, hey, we still need those things?
I cannot tell you, but we've repeatedly asked for them over the course of the last year, Your Honor. And we were told by the previous court that at some point that may become, actually, what did the court say? It might be something that may need to be tendered at that point or brought up if does come in as an expert. We're at the point now where she's being presumably brought in to testify as some combination of fact witness and expert witness. So we still don't have those materials, Your Honor. I don't have an issue with her testifying as a fact witness.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, we've had Investigator Viverito has been on the state's list for weeks and weeks, and the time to have brought up, oh, hey, we don't have the training materials yet, would have been sometime before when she's probably already here. And if she doesn't have them in her bag, because nobody's reminded her, she's not probably going to be able to access them unless she can maybe do it electronically. I don't mind asking Mr. Adkins to either himself or have one of his investigators step out to wherever she is and see if she could access anything electronically and provide it. But if she can't, you know, it's kind of understandable right now since we didn't give her a heads up anytime recently, even though we knew she was going to be testifying, to search your files and find them.
I understand, Your Honor. So if maybe they could do an additional request and maybe it will come up, maybe it won't. If she is allowed to testify as an expert, though, I would ask the court to follow the previous court's order that there's a bifurcation of her factual testimony from her expert testimony in order to prevent confusion to the jury. There was also an instruction that the previous court had come up with. I will endeavor to find it. That was to be read to the jury prior to her testifying at, this is, by the way, not specific to her. It was all the witnesses that were in the dual,
Okay, well, I'm not sure that it's 100% feasible to say, okay, for, you know, this set of questions, it's one thing, and for the next set, it's another. But I will instruct the state to instruct her, or in the way you ask your questions, make it clear to the jury, all right, at this point, I'm asking you your expert opinion about whatever it is you may ask.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And I mean, to the extent that you can separate them, do, but I mean, there may be times when she's saying, you know, here's some social media post. And then, for instance, she might need to testify because I've got this background in gangs. I know that this particular emoji means something or another.
So is the
just
previous
stuck
court's
on the
order no
emoji.
longer in effect about the statement
No,
that's to be
I'm
read?
trying to say how it practically needs to be implemented. And if you want to provide me with whatever instruction you're talking about, I'll take a look and.
Okay. And then again, I'm going to, because of what the court just said, that I 1,000% agree with the court that it's very difficult to handle this dual witness. And it is why I objected to witnesses in this dual role. There's plenty of case law that goes against it, but I'm going to maintain an objection to a witness testifying in the dual role as an expert and a fact witness, Your Honor. Just like a continuing objection on that.
All right, well, I think it happens fairly frequently. And she was qualified as an expert, right? I mean, y'all got a ruling after the Daubert hearing, right?
I believe that's correct. Correct, Your Honor.
That's what I thought. All right, anything else? I don't know if we have the jury ready yet or not. They should be. It's 9, but I'll have to check on that.
This is going to be a hot mess.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I believe Deputy Sprinkle is right outside. I'm just going to go double check.
Of course,
Okay,
he's right
thank you.
outside.
Okay, and I don't know if Investigator Viverito is here or not yet, but can somebody get word to her to try to find her training materials?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, jury's not ready. Okay. All right, did y'all find out any?
Okay, so there was the sprinkle part. I think was the funniest part of this whole clip. He's just up at the window waiting to be called back into the room. Oh my gosh, sprinkle! And I think we had 2 chair squeaks there, so we're getting some squeaks back in the mix here. One of my favorite parts of the YSL trial. And in the chat, Iris had said, "Do we have the clip of Woody asking the audience?" So let's see if this clip captures it. It looks like it's 25 seconds and it'll be exactly what we need.
Yes, no, I don't recall. Did Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing members of If Gang to his apartment?
So did you have
So
issue
what-
with Rich Homie?
I'm asking you for what you told the police.
And I'm answering you. I just told you several times. I tell the police anything.
The slow pan. Look at Doug.
Do you recall talking about the shooting at
Oh my goodness. The whole trial, the entire trial is hilarious. This was the other clip before we did those 2. We had the Stop the Shenanigans love, and this will be what we rounded out with for today. This is from day 131, September 17th, 2024.
An email that says that a fire alarm is going to go off.
Beautiful Riri cross. Now, where's the next witness?
Witness available?
No.
Okay, well, this is ideally and far too early to be finishing the day.
Have a good one,
I
Trikisha.
will say I have an email that says that a fire alarm is going to go off at 5 p.m. That's a test. So I guess we'll at least avoid that. Sometimes they go on for a long time and they're really loud. So ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all at 9 a.m. Remember, only the evidence that comes through the witnesses on the stand in this case is what you are supposed to be deciding this case based on. So don't talk to anybody about this case. Don't allow anybody else to talk to you about the case. Don't research in any way, internet or otherwise. Don't watch, listen to, absorb in any way any kind of media accounts about this case or anybody involved in it. And I will see y'all in the morning. Thank you.
I would love if they excluded the next witness. Chloe Alberts are back. I love that the chair throwback from right killed everything.
Carry us at least until 5. The absolute last time that you don't have enough witnesses to carry us at least until 5. And if it happens again and there is something less than an earthquake, an 8-car pileup, somebody died, 3 people died, and so none of the witnesses were available, I may just say you can't have that witness, because at this point in this incredibly long trial, to have to end at 4:25 is not a good use of anybody's time. Do you understand? I do. All right.
I have, and have yes, some of y'all also got, and y'all who didn't, I forwarded, a very lengthy email from Miss Merchant, regarding Mr. Arnold, who is her client, and the information that she received very recently that he might be called as a witness this week. And it appears, and I know you know this, Ms. Love, because you got the email too, but that she told the state a long time ago that she was not going to be available certain dates. And she
Again.
also asked, because I know, because I have reviewed in camera portions of her correspondence with you at this point, that you give her at least 7 days notice if you were going to call, or when you were going to call Mr. Arnold. So she's on vacation. She has a leave of absence. I don't know what your plan is, but have you worked that out?
Your Honor, what I asked, and I'm not sure if it was conveyed, was whether there was anyone else that she was willing to let come in and in her stead. But I can tell you that the reason that we moved up the time frame for her client has to do with our
Challenges with other witnesses?
Yes, and so given that, I understand that Ms. Merchant wants 7 days in advance.
Well, that's not as much the issue as the fact that if she can't be here and he's still going to be on the stand, then you need to not start him.
Right, I understand that. If she had someone that he was okay with being here, then, you know, and that was
all right. So you and she have worked that out then?
No, I haven't had a chance to talk to her. I had someone talking to her on my behalf. I'll respond to her and say that, because if she didn't.
I haven't responded, even though it got sent directly to me, because I don't normally do that. But if you would please let her know that, as far as I'm concerned, she's not expected to cut her leave off.
No, I
that
understand.
You need to work around that.
And we were, yes, I was, yes.
All right.
That's fine.
Sounds like a
Couple of other
strategy.
things. So I haven't been able to review in full the briefs that Ms. Abbasi and the state provided on the overt acts, but with regard to one of them, and I don't even know if you have either, because she, I think, sent it this morning, but there was indication in her letter brief that the issue at the jail may have been a self-defense issue. And so I would like to see the video.
Okay.
And find out whether there was any evidence at all of a shank being on Bussy or whatever his name is.
I think that he took one. I think there was one after, but I will
Just
show you the
bring the
video. I
evidence.
think that's easy enough to do. We can send that to the court.
Okay.
Look
And
at this.
then finally, when I started looking through all of the in-camera looking in camera through all of the correspondence between the state and various attorneys for one-time co-defendants, you know, it's at this point about this thick, which is a lot. And I am wondering, and I know that I'm kind of the one that said, do you want me to do it in camera? But do you have an objection to just providing all of it to the defense? Because frankly, I'd rather they do the work than me. And you may just.
I would prefer if the court would allow us to just review them, given.
All right, I'll trudge through it, but it's going to take me a while because, as y'all know, I'm here with you every day. So, okay. All right, anything else? Which one?
Oh, you're going to be
The-
speedy on the
the-
video that you need?
Well, we did once, but.
Imagine that. The one time
Can
Love
you
is
try
rushing
this
to hand
again?
something over. And big shout out to Spiritually
For some
Imperfect for
reason, I
gifting
do not
5
know why
memberships.
This keeps resetting itself to 40% volume today. So it's at 100% now. So let me.
Well, you've just got really good hearing then.
Steph JK in the chat. Are you still here, Steph?
I think that 40, 100, Your Honor, is the.
That's Kokomo.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna pause here, and I haven't seen Spiritually Imperfect in a while, unless maybe they changed their name and I just don't recognize their new name. But do you guys remember the day with the chat exercise with the how love asks irrelevant questions? Because that was started by Spiritually Imperfect. They had said something like, and witness, when you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, what type of bread do you use? Oh, okay. And did you put jelly on your peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Oh, okay. And did you put peanut butter on? And the whole chat started like, it was like dozens and dozens and dozens of comments stemming off this one detail of somebody having a sandwich because Spiritually Imperfect had this whole exercise making fun of the way that love asks her questions. And that was a really, really good chat memory.
okay. Then I just have no idea. Okay, so everybody that comes up to the bench, hold it close to your mouth. And also at the same time, talk into the little box for Miss Winfrey. We'll do the best we can. And if there is ever a time, I'll just remind the defendants that you cannot hear what is being said. Let me know and we can review for you what it was that was said. Okay, everybody understand that? Yes? Yes, okay, wonderful. All right, is there any other matter in the half hour extra that we have? That anybody
Not gonna let that go.
Bring up or deal with? Everybody just wants to go home.
I'll put this in writing just for ease, but on it's pronounced nice. The firearms nice. NIBIN, on the NIBIN report.
This is a discovery for like
two different officers. I
guns.
just want to alert the state again, just as a courtesy to Mr. Williams and everyone. There are 2 firearms that are listed that were seized in the unlawful search of Mr. Williams' home. I'll put it in writing again, but I just, I'm not trying to delay things. So I just want to make the state aware, and I will put it in writing, but you have it on for 2 witnesses.
Make sure those witnesses don't mention anything about those firearms. Yes, make it clear because he's bringing it to your attention. I'm bringing it to your attention. These are professionals anyway. So once you tell them that, that should not happen. Okay. All right. Yes.
Assuming QZ is not here tomorrow, and is the plan?
Yeah, they
that
couldn't
we
say
are just
Quindarius
going
Zachary.
down the list that was provided this morning, is that?
I don't know what the plan is.
I'm just trying to figure
are
out what
your-
materials to bring tomorrow.
That was a deep sigh.
Your Honor, as I said, we have rearranged and are rearranging. And as a result of the change in circumstances. And as we have to rearrange that, we are not putting up who we intended to put up. And so we are rearranging in real time, and we have people doing that and working on that. And so that's where we are. And I don't know. We found out some
You're
information.
so mysterious all the time, Miss Love. Is it your plan, if Mr. Zachary is available, to call him? And if not, could you share with everybody else who you plan to call instead?
Yes, it's our plan to call him if he is available.
All right.
And yes, when I speak with our team to see who is
Now it's your
now
team.
next up and available tomorrow. I will share that with them.
When will that be?
Well,
It's 4:35 right now. 6 o'clock?
by 6 o'clock, I think we'd be able to tell because they've been out.
Okay.
Is that a real 6 o'clock? Because we were supposed to get the list yesterday by 8 o'clock and it didn't come until 5 something this morning. So.
Shout out to Keith Adams. Trish.
I don't know.
I mean, we
Look
can
at Trish
see
and Doug.
what to
Yeah.
bring tomorrow.
Your Honor, it's,
Well, I mean, it'll at least be somebody off of this list that y'all came up with at 5:57 this morning, right?
yes, and the
Okay.
other,
So y'all will know that much. She'll endeavor to do the best she can to get you the other information at 6 once you miss Love.
yes.
The big list, Your Honor.
I sure will.
Y'all, we covered some of them today. It's not that big of a list. Y'all are all professionals and you've been prepping this trial for who knows how long now.
Okay, and that one ends there. And we have a request here from Amber Dawn. We're going to use Thugger Daly's clips.
Nothing about this is okay. These gentlemen have a right to a fair and impartial judge. And I appreciate the fact that you are going to be a fair and impartial judge. But the reality, Judge, is that they don't have a right to a fair and impartial judge starting on witness 76 of a trial after 9 months or whatever it is. They have the right to a fair and impartial judge from the beginning. And this is absolutely gross and disgusting. And the bottom line is there's a lot more discussions that need to be had about this. But the bottom line is, if you ask me, do we need to revisit the rulings of the judge who sits in chambers secretly and talks to the other side and says, yes, I've been observing this. I've been observing this about what's going on at trial. The judge that says, not only I'm going to meet with you on Friday and on Monday, but if we need to talk during the weekend, yeah, we can do that. The judge that suggests handing Mr. Copeland a list of questions. Do we need to revisit those rulings? Absolutely, we need to revisit those rulings. We need to revisit everything. This is broken and it's not okay. It's not okay. It's offensive. And it's not your fault, Judge. You didn't do this. I'm not trying to raise my voice at you. I'm heated right now.
I can tell.
My steam's been coming off my bald head all night. Nothing about this is okay. Yes, we need.
You just went off. Oh my goodness. What a time. What a time this entire trial. Do you guys remember the day that they mentioned the second ex parte? I think it's because they said it was June 10th instead of June 7th. And all of us were like sitting here like, 2? And we found out that there were actually 2 ex partes. Just crazy, just crazy. So there's that, you guys. This has been fun. My face hurts from laughing. Oh, this whole case. Yeah, so same thing, Aaron. Aaron says, I always enjoyed when they got heated. This moment from Shart. This lawyer knows it. From Steele, it's too damn late from Harvey. And then the communist Russia from Steele. Just a good time all around. A good time all around. Yeah, Josh, let's see. I think if you follow comedy, I think most people know Josh Johnson. He has a huge, huge YouTube channel. Let me pull up YSL from him. But here is his, and he's very funny. Here is his YSL trial explained in 40 minutes, and he runs through all of it. There's that in the chat. And on StreamYard moved things around on me. And I gave them a second chance, and then they moved my cheese. We've got 2 songs we can end on. Or I could play both. Because we've got the Sprinkle song, we've got the ABCs of Steel. Oh, that's cool, Iris. You got to go to see Josh Johnson live. I love comedy shows. I love like the little like comedy, like the smaller comedy clubs where they do like dinner, like they have the restaurant built in and you can eat and laugh. And you can eat in the dark, right? Because it's pretty dark in the room, so no one gets to look at you eating. You can eat in peace while everyone's looking at the comedian on stage. It's a great time. It is a great, great time. And I think being a comedian has to be tough. That's got to be rough. Like, I get up here. The point of me being up here isn't to make you guys laugh. I hope you guys get to laugh sometimes, right? But when you have to go on stage and your job is to make people laugh with things that you came up with that you think are funny and think are good jokes, the idea of someone not laughing at that kind of sucks. Like, that's really scary. So I don't think that that's an easy job, but it's got to be fun and rewarding if you get to do that for a living and it's what you love. Let's see here. Okay, so I think I have the songs queued up. Anyone live since we've done this? Do we have a redirect destination? We can go on a trip together. Let's see. Yeah, as far as channels that I have permission to redirect to, it's all stuff that's scheduled and looks like stuff that's not even going to start today. Yeah, I think these are all. Yeah, I don't think any of these are starting anytime soon. So yeah, so I don't have a redirect, you guys, at least to anyone that I can actually redirect to. It all just says upcoming. So as a final reminder here, we do have the fundraiser for Jim. That is to help him get the documents to, and I think all of those cases are Georgia cases, and the majority of them are Fulton County cases. So, if you're remembering the YSL trial shenanigans and you feel like that can't be the only case that had shenanigans, a great way to do something to help the cause, do something to see if there's been other foolishness going on, help Jim in his efforts. Again, he's doing the work, but we could do some helpful work without doing the document work and the arguments and the filings, by just supporting his cause to raise money for all of the documents, because that's extremely expensive. MLS, well, if I say we were doing a YSL trial rewind at the end, you just missed a bunch of shenanigans. But at the beginning, we were talking about 2 wrongful convictions that were overturned by a joint request by the attorneys for both of those that were convicted and the prosecution. The prosecution agreed to the vacating of the convictions. So that was awesome. But we went through a bunch of clips pretty much of Adriane Love. Most of them were centered on Adriane Love getting things wrong or getting yelled at by the judge. So always a good time. I think as long as I can get some stuff done today, I've been trying to exercise daily and sticking to it. And Saturdays are my day for doing some errands that I don't get to do during the week. As long as I can get everything done today, we can get together tomorrow and do Love-A-Palooza Part 2. Not Mr. Love. Miss Love. Miss Love.
Your point is pointless.
Miss Love. Miss Love. So there we go, you guys. We're gonna just throw on some song. Oh, MLS, do you have anything going on? I think you have some Lego streams coming up, but they all just say upcoming, so I don't actually know when they are. Let me see what they said. Yeah, I see 34. but I don't know when that will be. And it doesn't tell me who it actually is with from this little picture. I'm too blind. But whenever that's planned to start, oh, I have to get a Lego set, you guys. Chat, you have to vote on a Lego set for me to get. And then we can do that. I don't know when oh, actually, if I schedule it, it shows me. So if I pick it, then I can see when it's for. So this actually says July 19th. So we're going to redirect over to a scheduled. Guys, these are really cool streams. Familiar faces have done them. Andrea Burkhart did one a while ago. I think recently you had Nick Starro do one. You've had Law and Lumber. But lawyers, I don't want to say actual lawyers if you're inviting me, but oftentimes actual lawyers get together and they build Legos while they talk about all interesting topics in and around the law. So it's a really cool stream. They're usually later in the evening, so it's a chill type of environment. Always something that you'll learn in those types of conversations. So that redirect, it won't be something that's going to start today, but you guys can hit the subscribe if you're not already subscribed over there and join in for one of those Lego streams. Yeah, we all just sit there and wait for the 7 days. Well, come back tomorrow if we do this Love-A-Palooza. So that's where this will redirect you guys. Thanks for hanging out, especially initially you guys all came in here because it was a wrongful conviction case. You guys didn't come in here knowing we're going to be watching Woody and Love clips again. So it's great to know that you guys came for the more important cause, right? Thank you for everyone for supporting Jim with the fundraiser as well. And we've got a sprinkle song followed by an encore of the famous ABCs of Steel. So take care, you guys. See you tomorrow.
Sprinkling in the cut, calling back up tonight. Fixing what they broke, truth back in the light. Baby shark grin, but the bite's still tight. No flex, no drip, just keeping it right. Empty words they fade, but truth will remain. Lifting up the veil to break the state's game. Case crashing hard, but he won't do wrong. Echoing the truth in Sprinkle song. Replay all the jail calls, what do they say? Hold tight to the wire that's guiding the way. No need for a laptop, just honest and raw. Truth's back in demand, Shlack, give it your all. Spencer write rumors, but the facts cut through. Whispers turn to roars when the cat is in view. Stand tall, Sprinkle, don't let the lies win. It's the state's game and you can't give in. People come and go, but the real ones stay. Lil Mike and Quez, no, don't even play. Lizard walk the line, don't waver or bend. In this world of snakes, be the slime they commend. Replay all the jail calls, what do they say? Can't undo the past, but can change today. Better save yourself and let the state fall. Truth is in your hands, Slack, give it your all.
A as in Alicia, and B, Your Honor, as in Barry. C as in Colette. G as in Goldfetter. K as in Kittens. M as in Magic. P as in Perfect. C as in Colette. U as in Unbelievable. V as in Victory. W as in Wonderful.
O for objection. S for sustain. E for buffering. E for domain. S for slime, my friend, and you as in what you mean. I as in adultery call. M as in may I sleep. All the ABCs of steel. around. Never gonna let me down. G forgot my slams down P. T for telling anything. R for rights we stand. I for infinity. Life's a courtroom dance. Keep your stances strong with ABCs of steel. You can never go wrong. Oh, the ABCs of steel makes me feel so real. Yeah, they keep on spinning round. Never gonna let me down. Of steel makes me feel so real. Yeah, they keep on spinning round. Never gonna let me down. Oh, the ABCs of steel makes me feel so real.